Alright, so in this video we're checking out the Armor Bluebee 2 FPV starter kit, and this is a kit that comes with the drone, it comes with the controller, and in this particular kit it should come with a monitor. It does come in different bundles. You can get with, like, I think Eachine goggles or Sky Zone goggles, so if you check the link, if you want to have goggles, you can go that route. So this video here and this product is targeted to people that are just starting out in FPV. Maybe you're interested in FPV drones, you want to learn how to fly them, and perhaps, you know, despite a lot of the advice out there to start off with simulators, you would rather just start off flying something cheap. Then this is one route to go. Or maybe you've already been flying some simulators for a little while and you want to move on to an actual drone that isn't going to kill your budget if you crash it. Then this is, I think, the cheapest all-around kit you can get that comes with everything, where you can go fly. It's $110 with the monitor. This is the second generation kit. I did review the first generation I think about 2 years ago, so it's basically about the same, but they did upgrade the flight controller, so it's supposed to have a more smooth and refined flight. So again, should help with beginners. Again, if you're not a beginner, then obviously this video is not for you. But if you are considering recommending something for your friends that are wanting to start out in FPV, then this is definitely the cheapest route to go, where you're actually getting like a whole kit that comes with everything, where you can actually fly FPV. All right, let's go ahead and get everything out of the box. All right, so you do get this small monitor and the little tripod mount there. Looks like it has a built-in battery, little 3-inch monitor. I think it's 40 channels, and it has a little antenna mount here. I think I'll dig it out of the box here in a second. Looks like you got a bunch of stuff here. So let's see, we got one battery. You get a charger for the battery and some spare props. A couple of these cables. I think this is for the monitor if you want to send the video signal out to like a recorder to record your flights. I think that's what this is for. And you get looks like a micro USB to USB-A cable, probably for charging the monitor. Yeah, the monitor uses a micro USB port, and then that's a 3.5-inch jack for the audio or the video signal out, the AV signal out. This is the little clip that's going to hold the monitor on top of the radio. So this is your standard radio. And I think the stick ends are in this box, or this bag here. Yeah, I think this is the same one. It's got your trims, got your power switch here. Probably uses some AA batteries. Yeah, 2 AA batteries are needed. And then this little mount is going to go stick on top of here, and then you're gonna use this as it's like a clamp. All right, so then we'll just stick the monitor in here like so, and then you can look at the video signal while you're flying. You get a bag with some tools, a Phillips head screwdriver, prop removal tool, and some spare screws. This is the antenna for the monitor, so you're gonna pop this little cover off, and we'll just screw this on top. Looks like the drone, when they put it in this packaging, is partially disassembled. You got a spare black canopy, and that's the blue one on here. And it looks like the camera is not attached. Doesn't look like it's going to be too hard to attach it, so it looks like it's just got power here. So it's a camera and VTX combo. So the VTX is here on the back of the camera. That's your lights for your channel selection, and then it's the button to select the channel. And you're going to want to make sure that these are matched up on the monitor. It should come out of the box on the same channel, but if you need to switch it, you can do that. So we'll just pop this on. And it just snaps into place like that. You can adjust your angle. So if you want to go fast or faster, you just have more angle and it'll go faster. But I think there's going to be a limit on this beginner system, so probably you're going to want to keep it nice and slow and on a nice flat angle like that. But looks like a pretty nice setup here. It's got a little heat shrink here to protect the antenna from popping off. You got your lens cap here for the camera. Pretty standard looking. Got your blue props on here. I think there's black ones in the bag. And then obviously you have your black camera mount and canopy. So I guess if you want to switch this from the Bluebee to the Blackbee, I guess you got the parts for that. And then here is your battery. So this is the second battery, comes with 2, and I think it's just a 300 milliamp hour. Yeah, 300 milliamp hour 1S. And it should just plug into the bottom in here. So I think you just kind of slide it in and you just plug it into the bottom like that, and it should turn it on. All right, so I'll pop a couple of AA batteries into the controller and put the cover on. And yeah, the manual is underneath this little plastic piece here. So this has the instructions for how the parts work. So for example, here's the monitor, and it does show that this is a AV cable here, and this is for probably connecting to some sort of recording device. I think it's in Chinese on one side and it's in English on the other side, but go ahead, I'll show you the specs here. It's pretty simple. 40 channels, 3 inches. Yeah, nothing too spectacularly interesting there. Just show you exactly how to operate it in terms of the buttons. Here's the manual for the drone, along with how to operate the controls, but I'm just going to show you how that works right now. Okay, we'll turn on the controller first. Turn on the monitor by long pressing the power button here. Okay, we got power there, and then we'll just plug in the drone like so. I haven't really charged anything, but I think it should be alright. Okay, we got a flashing light. Okay, so I got everything powered on, but it doesn't look like it's on the same channel, so we're gonna have to figure that out. So you can see here that we have 2 red lights here on the left, so I'm just gonna leave this one alone, and we'll just cycle through the channels on the monitor. Just press this button here to auto search. There we go. And I think it did find a signal there. It's kind of cycling through all these channels and bands. There we go. So I didn't touch anything on the drone. I just touched this button right here, which is the auto search, and now we've got a signal. All right, so in order to take off, you got to press this button here. It's the one press takeoff button, and then the emergency landing is this one here. I'll stop everything in case you crash and the motor is still spinning. So I'm going to do a quick takeoff here, and then I'm going to land it right away. So just to demonstrate that it takes off. There it goes. And I hit the emergency stop button because I wasn't controlling it. I just was just demonstrating that it would take off, and it has a lot of power. So at this point, it's pretty simple to fly. I think the only other thing you need to know is that their speed button here is this one here. So there's 3 different speeds and 3 different beeps. So you have 1, 2 beeps, 3 beeps. Probably as a beginner, you want to be on the first speed, and pretty much in terms of flying it, I think it has a centered throttle here, so it's going to try to maintain its own altitude. You don't have to worry about that too much. In terms of basic flying, as the camera's facing forward like this, if you want it to move forward, you're going to press the right stick forward, and then that will go in that direction. If you want to go backwards, you're going to pull the stick backwards. If you want to lean to the right, you're going to push the right stick to the right. Lean to the left, you're going to push the left stick to the left. If you wanted to rotate or yaw to the right, you're going to push the left stick to the right. And if you wanted to rotate to the left, you're going to push the left stick to the left. And then to control your altitude, push up on the left stick to go up, and push down to go down and land. And of course, don't forget this is the emergency stop button. If you get into trouble, hit that and it'll just cut the motors and you'll just crash. This should be pretty robust. I think the first version I crashed it quite a bit and didn't have any issues. They designed it to be for beginners, so it should be able to deal with a lot of crashes. But let's go ahead and fly it around, and we'll get I'm going to record the video footage on my other goggles. It has a DVR, so you can see what it's like flying in the air. But you can see here that the image is pretty decent. So I'll bring the box over here. It's a pretty wide angle, so as you can see here, as you're straight on, everything's nice and square. But as you turn to the kind of in this direction, you can see things that kind of a little fish-eyed. But yeah, it's just to give you an idea, it is kind of what it looks like. And then if you want more angle, if you want to look more towards the sky, you can pull it back and then look at the sky, but then you're going to be going a lot faster. So something to keep in mind. So as a beginner, you're going to want to keep that angle pretty flat like that. All right, let's go and fly it around and see what kind of footage we get. All right, got everything turned on, ready to go. I forgot to tell you about this button here. This will do flips and rolls. So you just press the button and then you can use the right stick to flip it in certain directions. It's automatic. And let's go ahead and take it off.